Okay guys, I know it's not Halloween yet, it is not spooky time, but we're gonna start a new project. This is gonna be my newest series. Actually, it's gonna be my first ever series. We are going to be building, wait for it, a coffin car. Yes, you heard that correctly, a coffin car. It is actually titled as a coffin car. So the backstory on this is quite long. My dad originally built this like 17 years ago. The last time it was out was in 2003, and it's just sitting in the lower shop behind me, and it's like, well, why are we not doing something with this? And I wanted to pull it out last year for Halloween, and we didn't think of it in time. So I was like, why don't we do a whole series and we talk about the coffin, and then we show it getting back to roadworthiness, and then we go do cool stuff like coffin burnouts and, you know, all that neat stuff. So today we start that. It's only August, but I'm gonna get it out tonight and we're gonna bring it up so I can start working on it, and then when it gets more closer to spooky time, we'll do spooky stuff with the coffin. I'm so excited. Somewhere deep in the dark corner of the lower shop, where all the junk and stuff resides, dun, 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 dun. Guys, I'm telling you, it's a real coffin car. So I'm getting ready to open the doors, and I'm gonna move stuff, and then I'm gonna move our tire graveyard, no pun intended, out of the way. And then we're gonna pull this out, and this has a lot of work that's gonna have to be done to get it back to its drivability. But today it starts. Look, it's gonna be so fun. It's been tucked in here for a really long time. So get it out so we can start assessing the situation. Okay, we got it out. It's the first time this has seen sun in quite some time. So we'll get it out, get it all cleaned up. It was pretty easy to get out, luckily. I thought there was a lot more stuff in the way, but I'm telling you guys, this is gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna have Dad talk about it in this video when he built it the first time, because I don't remember a lot, because I was like 5 and 6, so it's been a long time for me. So it's been a part of my life for pretty much my whole life, but it's not ran. So there's actually pictures of it like going around the NASCAR track and like everything like that. So it's run, it's driven, but it's never raced, which I think we kind of want to do something with that. Like obviously not super competitive, but take it out and like do stuff like that. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be cool. We have a great driver. The hardest part is getting started, right? Yup, that's what I'm saying. So we got it out, it's out. So we're gonna have Dad come. He's gonna tell about the original V1 build of this, so that way we can get ready for V2. Okay, Dad, are you ready to tell us about the first build of the coffin and why it is what it is?
That was what, 2002, I think?
2002, yeah. So I was 5 when he started this.
I was always a Munsters fan, so I decided I wanted my own. I almost built the coach after this, but this one we ran one time. I ran it around the NASCAR track. I think I drove it like 70 miles an hour. Front tires were shaking off the ground. They were literally coming that high off the ground because there's no shocks, and I never did get around to putting them on. But the transmission had a problem. That was 03, I think.
Yeah.
And since 2003, the car's set in storage. I never did work on it, never started it again.
So it's sat down there where I showed you guys since 2003, and then I decided it was time for a YouTube series.
Yep.
So it's coming back out. We've actually talked about it for the last couple years about getting it out and doing stuff with it, but now's the time. So tell us how it started. There was literally a hearse back up to this door and deliver this coffin.
Yeah, and we had girls working in the shop in the paint booth. They were laying up fiberglass, and they heard noise. They looked out around the corner. I'll never forget, the two of them peeped around the corner, and this hearse is backed up, and they're unloading the coffin, 2 guys. And they're like, whoa, they're back inside the paint booth. They wouldn't even walk past it. It freaked them out so bad.
So they literally went to the funeral home up the road and picked out the coffin. And then how long did it take you to build it the first time?
Not long. I can't remember. It's been too long ago, but maybe a couple months probably.
I've got, they have the original pictures on the computer, so we'll show some of those as well.
Yeah.
So let's go through what's in it and then talk about what we're gonna do for build 2 so we know what to look for.
I mean, the cool thing is everything that's in it's really good. When I built it, I had a Vertex Magneto. It's got an HEI distributor now, which sucks. I had a Crowler 8-stack gasoline injector on it, which is going back on it. But it's got a 301 small block Chevy, which is a 283 bored 120 thousandths. Basically the same as a 302 Ford or a 302 Chevy. They call them 301s. So it's got Brodex heads, big valves, I mean 12-to-1 compression. So what happened when we first put it together, and the reason I took that stuff off is because we were trying to get to a car show in Kansas City, and we're in here working on it at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we couldn't make it run. And I decided it was something to do with the injector, so I pulled it off, put an intake manifold and carburetor. That didn't fix it. I put distributor instead of the Magneto. That didn't fix it. Turned out that I didn't realize that I put a flat tappet cam in it and solid, and the valve springs on the heads were roller springs, and they just flattened the cam out instantly. So I fixed it. I threw a cam in it at 3:30 in the morning probably. We got it running. I faked the injector. I just put the top on it so it would look like it had injection. We went to Kansas City to the Good Guys show. I think it was the second one they had up there.
Yeah.
And we drove it all over. The radiator's laying down in between the frame rails. I think it got 160 degrees the whole time.
And then you're saying the water also runs through the frame rails too, right?
The front of the radiator pipes into each frame rail up here, and it comes out at the back, goes up into the water pump. So it literally cycles or circulates through the frame, through the radiator, so I don't have to have hoses.
Open the hood on this bad boy. Opens like a real coffin.
It's the same hinges. I just took them off of the side and put them on the front. That's literally the coffin hinges. The back lid still works like it always did.
Yeah, so stuff that we gotta do. We gotta put a cam in it, for one.
Oh, the brakes still work.
Hey!
Nice.
Cam and lifters. Gotta go through the transmission. And then we gotta obviously clean everything up. Gotta put the fuel injection back on. What else?
That's it. The transmission, I built it in a hurry, and it's a shorty. So you take all the back stuff off and you put a short tail shaft in it. It literally it hooks right to the third member. There's no drive shaft at all. And something, I guess when I did it, I didn't do something right. I've never done one before. And it burned up or something. I'm not even sure. Maybe the torque converter that's the problem, but it doesn't work.
So you're telling me when we get this done, we're gonna do some gnarly burnouts, right?
The motor ought to have. I mean, that's one of those motors that'll go 8,500 RPM. You know, it's a high RPM little small block. So we put the right converter in it, maybe get Jake to do a converter for us. Get out here, maybe put a trans brake on it. Can you imagine being in that? I'm
pretty excited about this. You know, fun fact too, like I said, it actually, I didn't remember the year, but it has a title as a 23 Coffin Car.
Yep. We pulled some strings and it actually says Coffin on the title.
So this is a real Coffin Car. We're gonna pull it in the shop, and then I guess probably sooner than later, I'm gonna start cleaning this up. Not tonight. Sooner than later, start cleaning it up. And then we gotta take the body off, right, to get to the transmission. Then go through the motor, all that. And we're gonna be ready to do burnouts in October for spooky season.
Look, the cheater slicks still have the original wax on the side of them. Maybe it preserved them. They
Hopefully.
look really good.
Oh, and we gotta do upholstery.
Yeah, it's gonna be purple velvet. And you know what else? I don't fit in there, not with a helmet. So it's gonna take a smaller person to drive this. Maybe make some passes.
That's me, I'm smaller.
If we get it all set up, why not make some passes?
That's what I'm saying. Look, it's even got a place for a parachute.
It had a parachute. It's been robbed like so many other things.
Okay, so let's do a walk around of the car so you guys can see what we're working with, and then we will get ready to start doing some updated videos all the way into October, so that way we can do spooky things with a spooky car. real quick, for reference, this is a picture that's hanging on the wall. So this is the last time the Coffin was out in 2003, like we said, at the Good Guys show in Kansas City. So last time it was out, probably the last time it was started. So I'm gonna, right after this, include pictures from the first build and show what the process was, so that way you know. Okay, so now you know what the Coffin Car is, how it started, you've seen the build process, you saw it when it was just a little baby coffin when it backed up in the shop for the first time, what it looked like then. So anyways, fun fact, it actually, when the Coffin first came in, it sat on this lift for quite a while, so it's kind of back at its little home place. Anyways, so we've got it up. I'm gonna start working on it. I've got all this free time now that I'm out of college. It's the craziest thing in the world. So gonna start working on that, uploading some videos for you guys, and getting ready to do some cool stuff with it in a couple months. Like actually have it running in a couple months. There's really not that much work. But anyway, I hope you guys are as excited about this project as I am, and I cannot wait to get to start sharing it with you. So anyways, I'm gonna get to work on that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, be happy, go fast, and stay pretty. I will see you next time.